Welcome back to another episode of the Holistic Cannabis Show, where I am your hostess, Dr. Yolanda Henderson. And joined today with me is my wonderful co-host,
Hen. Today my name is Hen Henderson.
Today, his name
Henderson.
is
Hen Henderson reporting live.
That's right. We had a wonderful, wonderful week last week, and we want to tell you all about it. So just kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. All right. So we just had a wonderful celebration of life, Mr. Henderson's birthday. Yes, he turned another year older.
Got one more patch of gray hair coming in right there. That's 46 patches.
46 patches. Yeah, 46. So it's one of our favorite places. I don't know if that was one of your favorite places, but it was wonderful. We had a great time, you guys. I want to go back.
It was cool.
It was amazing. So yes, those are some pictures that we took. Oh yeah, that was me yesterday. I played Elsa for my daughter's birthday. So we celebrated my daughter's birthday, our daughter's birthday. Look at there, have a dope birthday. Yeah, he had a dope weed party because it was also our anniversary. All right, so a happy anniversary from me to you, Mr. Henderson.
Well, yeah.
It was wonderful. We had a great time. All right, but we had to come back to business as usual. We got a chance to go to the dispensary. So if you all watched the last show, you all saw us live from the Planet 13 dispensary all the way in Vegas. And it was exceptionally fun. Okay, so we got a chance to go in and even talk to a couple of guests last week. So if you didn't watch that show, watch the replay of the shows through Status Network. All right. So Mr. Henderson wants to give you all the outlets to watch the show. If you don't normally watch the show, they are as follows.
In case you wanted to see our broadcast from Planet 13, as well as previous shows, you could download the Status Network app.
That's right.
Google Play or in your Apple Store. You can also go on to your internet browser, preferably Google Chrome, statusnetwork.net. Download Status Network. You can watch it right there. You can call in at 470-251-4647 if you have any questions. If you got Instagram, it's manifesttv.status. On Facebook, you can watch the shows at Status Network LLC, on Periscope and Twitter, status_network_, and on Amazon, Fire Stick, and Roku, Status Network Manifest TV. YouTube, Manifest TV.
That's right. That is right. All right, so we have a bunch of viewers that will be watching the show. We have some sponsors who have joined the Gift of Life Community Home, which is our partner and a nonprofit partner. And so we're going to have their pictures broadcast weekly. And if you want to become a partner or a sponsor, you also may become a sponsor by giving us a call at 1-888-959-2093. And we will have your information viewed on the show. So today's topic is cannabis and safety. All right. So cannabis legality in certain states, why it's legal in certain states, and driver safety. There's a lot of law enforcement who are pulling over people with, cannabis use in their system. Of course, there's no definite way to know when the last time a person smoked cannabis after getting behind a wheel of a vehicle. And some are saying that is considered a DUI, even though they could have smoked an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours prior or after, consuming cannabis. But the thing about it is there's no definite test, because once cannabis in your body, it goes through a process of distribution into the organs, into the cells, and it stays. So the elimination time, or the half-life time for cannabis in your system, is really, really a long time. It's like 30 days or more. So that is one of our questions, and we have a quick video about how the states are really going about doing this, and especially in California where cannabis is actually legal. You guys, we went all the way to Las Vegas, Nevada, and cannabis is legal. The flower, the oil, whatever you want to do for recreational purposes. And we want to hear what they have to say about cannabis and driver safety. So after this quick video, we'll be right back.
It is now legal for Californians to smoke marijuana, but how soon after you light up is it safe to drive? Well, UC San Diego researchers are trying to figure that out to help both users and law enforcement.
And 10 News reporter Amanda Brandeis got a look at the driving simulator they hope will make our roads safer.
Inside this small research room, a virtual road awaits volunteers.
Go left at the next intersection.
We try as best we can to emulate the types of tasks a person normally would experience.
Like turning left with oncoming traffic and facing the yellow light dilemma.
When you're making a decision whether it's safe to pass through a yellow light.
Study participants take a few test drives and then
They all get a joint that's rolled here. We actually roll it here.
the joints have different doses, from no THC to high THC.
See whether or not
Researchers want to learn a few things. How does the dose affect your driving, and what's the effect a few hours later?
if you smoked this morning, are you impaired throughout the day? Are you impaired for a couple hours, or are you not impaired?
Tom Marcotte is with UCSD's Center for Medicinal Cannabis Research. He says cannabis does impact driving.
So when you have people do certain challenging tasks, they just don't do it as well. They tend to swerve more on the road, take longer to brake.
But determining whether a cannabis user is impaired while driving isn't so simple. A habitual smoker can have THC in their system and not be impaired to drive. Rather than blood tests, California Highway Patrol relies on field sobriety tests.
They really want to get the impaired driver off the road, not just someone who has THC in their blood.
UCSD and CHP teamed up for the study. After the driving simulation, volunteers go through field sobriety tests.
So, tilt your head back, close your eyes.
The field sobriety test,
Left.
really good for alcohol and good at getting psychophysiological responses where a person staggers and so forth. The effects of cannabis are more cognitive.
So researchers are also incorporating iPad tests to try and better detect impairment, testing factors like memory, attention, and motor control. What they learn here could help identify new field sobriety tests for law enforcement.
I mean, we really are unique in the country.
UCSD is leading the way with this research. With 180 participants, it's the largest study of its kind so far.
Studies like ours can give people a better idea how long they should wait before they drive.
Hopefully making roads safer for everyone. Amanda Brandeis, 10 News.
Researchers are also collecting mouth swabs and blood samples from those volunteers. The center is still looking for about 80 people. You must have some history of using cannabis. Participants get $50 for an initial visit and then $180 for the day-long assessment.
Friends would walk up to me and just be like, what the?
Wow, y'all heard it here. All right, so what do you think about that, Mr. Henderson?
Well, like the lady was saying, it depends, because a person who already smokes and already is used to it, they might not have no issues driving a car.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But then that's where you have to pay attention to your
time.
label and really follow the directions that's on the bottle. If it tell you don't operate no heavy machinery, you know what I'm saying, don't operate no machinery. If it tell you don't drive a car, you probably want to hold up before you drive a car.
Right.
I mean, but that's not for everybody. You know, everybody's body react to cannabis different.
Yeah, you're right about it.
But, I mean, the first couple hours that you get done lighting up or whatever, that's probably going to be the time that you know, probably shouldn't be driving. So driving and smoking probably ain't really a good idea to be driving while you're smoking anyway.
Right, it's safety involved. I mean, you know, when we think about it from a...
But you got places where it's legal, though.
That's what I'm
It's
saying.
legal, but then
You
driving
still
and
can't
smoking,
drive.
but driving and smoking
That's
might
still
not
illegal.
be, yeah, that might not be a, yeah, that might
Shouts
not be a
out
good
to
decision.
Nevada. All right, shouts out to
But you
Cali.
can walk and smoke, though.
Shouts out Nevada,
Go to the park.
Las Vegas. Y'all owe me nothing. Woo, I mean,
They owe me cab fare.
I'm
at
telling
40%, what y'all taxing everybody else.
Whoa.
Y'all owe me cab fare.
Yes, those Ubers, cabs.
If you're a
they add
driver,
up.
man,
Oh
who's
man,
the
you can make some
transportation
money.
company in
Yes.
Las Vegas?
So we're gonna talk to you all about some money moves that you can make in Las Vegas that we were actually introduced to. So we're excited about that, and y'all, please know that we don't get on this show just to boast and brag about things that we're doing. And, you know, this is actually a movement. This is actually a lifestyle for the both of us that we are both involved in because we're trying to help others, not just ourselves, but we want others to succeed and grow and get better, but do the right thing. We want you all to be safe. We want you all to get the information. And so we're here on the show trying to give you all information that you can use to better yourselves and better the lives of your loved ones. So we're having some wonderful tickets that we're going to give out. And I wanted to let you know, if you call in, the show number is
470-251-4647.
That's right. You can win some tickets, and this is going to be an opportunity for business for you. And we're also giving out tickets to our students who graduate from the classes. You all will receive a 3-day, 2-night stay in Las Vegas to be able to go to Planet 13, which is the dispensary we visited last week, and stay there and get a chance to see what it feels like. They were also moving to Florida, so they were talking about that on the show last week, and how they will be opening up dispensaries all over Florida, and they are the biggest and the baddest right now. They're recreational both and medicinal, so you can go on one side of the store and get your medicinals, and you can go on the other side and get your recreational, and they don't, you know, have to be so strict in the laws and the rules because of course they know what they're doing and they've been around for a long time. Shouts out to the other competition. Now, we don't, you know, pretty much promote competition. You're not supposed to, especially in business, but we want to tell everybody that, you know, hey, everybody's trying to make money and there is room for the opportunities. They can't, you know, supply everybody. There's not going to be one person or one you know, place that's going to supply everybody, but that's the goal. All right, so we got some information about the sponsors who sponsor the Holistic Cannabis Show and the Gift of Life Community Home, and we promised those individuals that we would share information about their businesses. So we have, our first one is Ocean's Best Sea Moss. Ocean's Best Sea Moss is a wonderful new partner of ours that has some good sea moss. Mr. Henderson, tell them about that sea moss.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yes.
She got it in different flavors.
Different flavors. Now, we've seen and had different sea moss before, and we can tell the difference. So we don't want to boast or brag, but we know competition is strict out here, and you want to tell the truth. This sea moss is something you can brag about. I don't mind boasting and bragging about Ocean's Best Sea Moss because I eat it. I had a little sample of it, right? And what had happened was, I think I ate the whole box of samples. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, honey. I'll get some more. But seriously, those were some good. See, that was some good sea moss. Now, I don't really brag about sea moss a lot because a lot of it, the texture already make you not want to eat it. Mm-hmm. But this was a wonderful flavor. It was wonderful texture. And we know what quality sea moss is all about, and where you get it from actually matters. So come on out to 820 Highway 138 if you want to try some of that sea moss. That's by Ocean's Best. We are now distributors of that sea moss. It's really, really good. All right, and so next we have our wonderful Sanitize Your Empire. They are a great company who have a lot of great things to offer. They were talking about duct cleaning and COVID cleaning and a lot of different types of cleaning services. Your whole house for, you know, a low amount of money. Like, I think it was like $180 for 5 rooms. And I just think that people, especially Black-owned businesses, we should support each other. We should, go out and say, hey, this person believes in this or this person believes in that, and I'm going to support them. Not worry about their personal so much, but knowing that they have the sincerity to help others. And with COVID, there's not a lot of people who want to clean a house when they know that you have had COVID or exposed to COVID, and they get themselves out there, or they, you know, have their liabilities released or whatever, and they try to go out and do what is best for others. So I commend businesses who try and attempt to do what's good for other people. All right, so our next company is Red's All-Purpose Remedies. Now, she has some wonderful, wonderful products, okay? And she's getting ready to infuse a little CBD in those products to be able to help with skincare. We already had a show where we talked about CBD in your skin and helping with inflammation and things like that. So that's going to boost her brand. So shouts out to Red's All-Purpose Remedies. And she's also one of our students, so she'll be back on the show in the future talking about her experience with the class. All right, and so our next wonderful partner is Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. Classes have already started. They started yesterday, and so we're thankful that we are a part of that. And we have Module 1, which is our law and history. That was yesterday, and teaching and certifying dispensary technicians. Our next module will be Doctors and Health Professionals Seminar. It's part of the module, it's part of the class, but we ask if anybody else is in the industry and want to learn along with our students to come on out to 820 Highway 138 in Riverdale, Georgia, or give me a call, and there's Zoom links available for Zoom classes as well. And then our wonderful third module is going to the farm. We have a farm field trip with hands-on cultivation and classes. Okay, so at the farm you would have your cultivation class with hands-on. Okay, now this is touching real plants, so if you're scared, you know, hey, you got to get over that fear and get a chance to experience what cannabis or hemp looks like. All right, and Module 5 is our wonderful Mr. Henderson. He does a brilliant job, you guys. Everyone loves how he explains capital funding and getting the shmoney. You know what I'm saying? So business and capital funding seminar will be Mr. Henderson on week 5. All right, so this is a 5-week seminar, okay? And so you will get certified in cannabis, you will get certified in dispensary technicians, and you'll also get a cultivation certificate now. All right, now we also have our new class through the Gift of Life Community Home, which is our nonprofit organization that will give you the knowledge of how to become a cannabis medical health coach, okay? So the credentials behind your title will now be Medical Cannabis Health Coach, or MCHC, all right? So Dr. Henderson, MCHC, all right? You will be able to know how to get clients or medical patients, because this is strictly medical, work with doctors, write letters to doctors, to partner with the doctors, get all the information that you need to be able to have your own practice in helping the low THC oil or your medical cannabis patients with cards get the medications that they need, which is the cannabis oil here in the state of Georgia, to those clients. And that way you won't have to be submitted to just a dispensary technician. You will also be able to have your own practice, and that would be called a medical cannabis health coach. And some of them lease out offices and medical doctors' offices, so they can just send them right on down to the next room, and hey, you get your medication as soon as you get your card. All right, so that was that. And we also have our wonderful sponsor, Mr. Henderson with NTH Credit. Mr. Henderson, you want to go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you do and what's going on?
Well, we help educate people of financial, I guess, importance, I guess I say, financial matters.
Yeah.
Whether it's cleaning and repairing and raising your personal credit profile, or whether it's establishing your business profile, finding trade lines, we do that.
That's right.
Every Wednesday, we have a free Zoom class if anybody wants to attend. And that's it, in a nutshell.
All right. That's awesome. I'm glad you talked about that. the classes that you offer. Okay, so through the Gift of Life Institute, we also will be streaming live his classes. So if you are a part of our organization, you will have access to be able to stream your live services. Okay, also having a tax professional is important, because nowadays we're not going to want to go and sit outside of Jackson Hewitt or go sit in the waiting room because of COVID, right? So you can get to chance to be your own personal tax professional, have your own software, do your own online training and mentorship, and get bank products and work from home. You know, as a lot of people who want to work from home, they are now allowed to work from home under the assistance of Mr. Henderson. So give us a call, or give Mr. Henderson a call. Go ahead and tell him where to contact you at, Mr. Henderson.
www.nthcredit.net, or you can send us an email, nthcredit@gmail.com, or you can reach out to Dr. Henderson at the Gift of Life.
The Gift of Life. There you go. All right. So, in other news, we have some things about credit, especially Boom and Grain, who you can get some great money from, or you can get some information from about personal loans. You want to tell them a little bit about Grain?
Sure. Grain is it's a loan company that is only available on Apple products right now. That we partner with, and they give you up to $1,000, no credit check, and the qualifications is that you have a checking account.
All right.
So go download that app.
Did you say Apple products? Did that word come out your mouth? Somebody don't like Apple products, but you have to have an Apple product for this certain particular one, though.
Yeah. Even if you know somebody that got an Apple product, I mean, it don't matter if you have a cell phone that's not Apple. You know what I'm saying? You can go and ask anybody that you might know that have an Apple product.
Okay. To let them borrow
your phone.
Wonderful Apple device. All right. Well,
and the other one that you asked about was Boom. Boom is a rental reporting company. They report your rent. Mm-hmm. There you go, to all three bureaus: Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. They report up to 2 years of previous rent reporting and 1 year of ongoing. The only thing with that is that they offer a program called Boom Split. And with that Boom Split, you're able to, they would pay your rent for you on the first of the month, and then your rent becomes a trade line on your credit report, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And they'll front you half of the rent up then, with your investment of half of whatever your rent is, and then a couple weeks, month later, pay the other half. It's going to report every time as a trade line, as an installment line. It's no credit check for that either.
No credit check. All right. Wonderful. All right. So people who getting behind, I know that the COVID cases have rose again, and we're just kind of on the fence about what's going on in Congress, and we rather not really speak on it because our topic is mainly cannabis, of course, but it affects the cannabis industry in a lot of different ways. Okay, so from not being able to have business inside because of people on the fence about wearing a mask and not wearing a mask. Well, we went all the way to Vegas and we utilized our mask for a certain cause. We marketed with our mask. So there is so many different ways, if a person don't like masks, that they can get a chance to use mask, all right, for whatever purpose that they want to use it for, and by making others feel comfortable with wearing their mask, all right? People are still saying that the mask is and is not working. hey, that's your business. If you want to get vaccinated, that's your business. If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's your business. But in the media, we have a responsibility to tell you what we feel is the truth, and you make your own responsible choice. It's not our decision for you to decide. All right, Mr. Henderson, what do you have to say about that?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm not ready to talk enough about it.
There you go. All right. Well, we have some more information on cannabis driving safety. Over in Canada, they did a study in Toronto. The enactment of adult use marijuana sales in Canada is not associated with any increase in motor vehicle injuries, reporting hospitalizations, according to the data published in the Journal of Drug and Alcohol Dependence. So a team of investigators affiliated with the Center for Addiction and Mental Health and with the University of British Columbia assessed emergency department records in 2 provinces, Alberta and Ontario, to determine trends in traffic injury emergencies. All right, department of visits or emergency department visits in the months immediately prior to and immediately after the legalization. So they want to do these studies. They want to know what's going on, who's going to the hospital, is it cannabis related, anything that has anything bad or negative to do with cannabis. They're going to try to find out so that they can say, see, this is a reason why we don't want to legalize cannabis. And we believe that cannabis has been helping people. We have a whole class every week that talks about why cannabis should be legalized. And so they said that authors reported the current study found no evidence that the implementation of Cannabis Act was associated with significant changes in post-legalization pattern of all driver traffic injury or emergency department visits, or more specifically, youth driver traffic injuries. Okay, so they can't say anything about that. Squash, that's out. All right. They said that given that Canada's Cannabis Act mandated that the Canadian Parliament review the public health consequences of the act no later than 2023, the findings of the current study can provide empirical data not only for the Canadian evaluation of the calculus of harms and benefits, but also for other international jurisdictions weighing the merits and drawbacks of cannabis legalization policies. All right, so you all heard this. This is really one of those things to where we want cannabis to be legalized. We don't want anybody, not being able to drive afterwards. We want to make sure, just like they did with us over at the Planet 13, shouts out, they made sure that the packaging was sealed, no open containers going out of the building. We already had Ubers or cabs and so forth. So the next big thing, I'm just going to tell you like this: a smokable Uber. Yeah. You got to go somewhere, they allow you to smoke. There's a business right there. Bam. I just told you, Vegas. But then there's a question. Will they have to have a partition?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There ain't nothing wrong with that. Partitions, there you go. All right, Mr. Henderson. So what do you have about credit and credit repair? You have a topic or a strain?
A strain? Oh, man. When we was out there in Vegas, I had this one strain. It was called head cheese.
Head cheese.
It was 23% THC.
Not cheese head, right?
It's called head cheese.
Head cheese. All right.
It was really good. Really good.
All right. What is cheese head? Head cheese.
It's
we talk about the Cowboys. I had to throw that in there about.
Okay. Head cheese is an indica strain. It's 23% THC. I think it was like 4% limonene. I think it was like 6% pinene. Man, that joint was real strong. It was pungent odor. Man, it was good for nighttime smoke. It was real good for a nighttime smoke. It's not a strain that you need to smoke in the daytime.
Not a daytime strain.
I had one that was 44% THC, no CBD.
Really?
Oh yeah, couple puffs on that, you're going to sleep.
Okay.
I had tried a strain from Tyson's farm. That's right, Mike Tyson.
Shouts out,
Tyson's
Mike.
Ranch. All right, is where it's at. Tyson's Ranch.
There you go.
I had a hybrid strain from Tyson Farm that was pretty good. It was like 25% THC. So usually anything over 20 is good. But man, in Vegas, I had some that was 40% THC. That was good too. But they had all kind of stuff, man. They had cereal. They had soft drinks. They had sodas.
Yes.
They had a lot of different variety of stuff. And that's what I liked about the experience at Planet 13. It was unlike anything I ever seen before. Would I go back? Definitely. The packaging was secure. The security was safe. It was a free zone for people who wanted to get into cannabis. You know what I'm saying? Or people who smoke or do edibles. It's like a free zone to where then the police ain't bothering you about it. They're not hassling you about it. You know, on the strip, people was walking up and down the strip, lighting it up. Now, some of the properties there in Vegas, they don't allow marijuana or cannabis consumption on their property. And sometimes those properties have children there. So I kind of get that part. But they had casinos all up and down the strip, some good food.
Food everywhere.
The Venetian was really nice. And so you said that you were giving away some trips.
I am. We are giving away, like I said before. Oh, there's your head cheese.
Yep, that's it right there.
That's it.
That's it. If you turn the light out in that cage, 63% of people now I'm 64. 64% of people reported feeling euphoric. I did. 58% of people reported feeling relaxed. They did. Happy. 56% of people report feeling happy. Yeah, I did.
Oh, that was why I was happy all day. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah.
All right. That's head cheese. It's a real good strain. Head cheese, also known as OG head cheese, is a pungent and potent sativa-dominant hybrid marijuana strain that combines the legendary strain 707 headband and UK cheese. Head cheese offers astonishing relief to symptoms like pain, migraines, inflammation, spasms, sleeplessness, and appetite loss. Yellow and green buds carry the sharp cheese aroma and savory taste of his UK cheese parent strain. The effects of head cheese are both relaxing and euphoric, a sensation that blissfully radiates throughout the mind and body.
Wow.
It's going to put you to sleep, period.
Yeah. Well, that's what it was. All right. So, we also have that games going on. So last week in football, because it's football season, you guys, now we got the Packers playing, we had the Saints playing, and
the Packers got beat up
our
bad.
Two favorite teams was at each other head to head.
Yeah.
All right, so the Packers versus the Saints was like 3-3.
It's like watching two friends fight. You see what I'm saying? Look at this.
Oh,
then
that was today.
My other favorite team got beat.
That sucks.
That's all right, though. That's just 1-1.
All right.
That's last week's score right there.
Last week's score.
Two friends. One
Which,
friend beat the other friend up.
Dark on it. Don't you hate that? I hate when friends are at each other. That's why I can't choose. I can't be in the middle of that. I got to go over there. Let y'all have at it. But then, we're friends again. Everybody friends again. They just go through it for a second, and then they're friends again. All right. Well, Mr. Henderson, we have had a wonderful time on the show. Is there any other topic we missed for today? We know that our classes, our health coach classes, will begin October the 23rd. Instead of joining in with the first class, well, you need to take the required class first. So the first 5 weeks of the holistic, or the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science Medical Cannabis Comprehensive course, of course you have to take that class first in order to be able to take the second class to get those credentials, okay? So you get the first class under your belt, you don't have to learn that stuff anymore. You already know what all the terpenes are. You already know all of the other stuff. Now, if you're already a health coach, guess what? We want you to come on and take the first module, and then we can help you get that the credentialing after you take the first module. So for all of my health coaches out there, nurses, anybody who've already had pretty much coaching experience can go ahead and get the first class, which is the 5-week class, and get those credentials. All right. Any questions, concerns, callers? All right, so I'm going to have to pick a random caller. So I'm going to see a random person to give these tickets to. So I want to see who's watching us live today.
You got 30 seconds after she say your name to call in. You ain't got but 30 seconds.
All right, so I'm going to pick somebody on my Facebook.
The Great Cannabis
If you're on
Getaway.
Facebook, please join us on Facebook, on Manifest TV's Facebook or our Facebook. It doesn't matter. Let's check in. So who wants to win? Let's check in. Somebody say me. Somebody say me if you're interested. Somebody say me if you want to win a trip to Vegas on us. Just say me. All right. And I got a couple people on my Facebook.
Well.
Mr. Hen don't have his Facebook phone or anything today, so we'll use mine here.
What's y'all eating today out there?
Oh, yeah. What's for dinner? All right, I got somebody here.
And while she doing that, and while she trying to get them names together, we could talk about,
Type me if you
we
want
could talk
to, y'all.
a little bit about primary trade lines and secondary trade lines. You know me, I always got something to talk about, right? Okay, primary trade lines are trade lines that you go and apply for directly yourself. You go to Visa, you go to MasterCard.com, wherever you go, you put your name in the first person spot. A secondary trade line is going to be something like a cosigner or an authorized user when it comes to a credit card. Now, the primary trade line, it is the best position to be on the application, is to be in the primary position. Mm-hmm. But sometimes a cosigner position is good too, particularly a authorized user. With authorized user, the primary user adds you on as a person so that you can have the account information, all of the account history added to your credit profile, so it benefits you. Now, there are certain instances where an authorized user wouldn't benefit you, and that's when you purchase in a house. When you purchase in a house, they don't really take into the weight of an authorized user. So the strategy with authorized user would be to get on there just long enough for you to establish a strong credit profile. And once you establish your own credit strong profile, and now you are in a position of being a primary to a credit card, you can then be removed from the authorized user position. And there you go.
All right, there you go. So somebody on here told me they want a free class. They don't want a free ticket to Vegas. They want a free class at the Atlanta Academy of Cannabis Science. So what do you think? You think I should give away a free class today, Mr. Henderson?
I don't know. I think they should have to answer some cannabis trivia. I think we might do that for another show.
Yeah.
Answer some cannabis questions.
Yeah. let's answer some cannabis questions, some trivia, to be able to have a class for free. All right. So yeah, you all know the number to give us a call. It is
470-251-4647, and maybe on the next show or something like that, we
there
can
you
work
go.
that out.
Maybe on the next show. There you go. Mr. Hen said
Put that
it.
into
You all watch the next show, and guess what? We're going to be giving away free tickets to the Atlanta, Georgia Academy of Cannabis Science. All right, so we want to thank everyone for watching the show. And if you want to win your free tickets, you know what to do. Watch us live next week, the same time in the same place. Until then, we're out, y'all.